Hello, everyone, and welcome to
The Movie House.
Today we're going to talk to you about a movie from 1977 called The Man in the Iron Mask, starring Richard Chamberlain, Patrick McGoohan, and Jenny Agutter. I think that's how you say her name. Agutter.
Ian Holmes in it.
Ian Holmes, yes, and guy from Gigi.
Oh, yes. Oh, what is his name?
I can't remember what his name is. Anyway, it'll come to us.
Yes, he's wonderful.
We'll flash it on the screen.
We'll flash it on the screen. Yeah, he's the lead guy in Gaston. He's Gaston, and that's his name, right?
Yes.
Gaston and.
But this movie was made originally for TV. It did have a limited European theatrical run, but it was for American audiences a TV movie. And I wanted to show you the actual DVD we bought off of a major online firm, which I shall not name. It's not available, not widely available. It was fairly expensive. It's actually, I think, pressed in South Korea. And so, but we both had seen it in the 70s as kids and had always remembered it fondly. And we wanted to get our hands on it, partly to see if it still held up, which we're happy to report.
It does. And what's great is this came out about the same time as several other favorites of ours from the same time period. The Three Musketeers, the Four Musketeers, and the Count of Monte Cristo, which I know that one was a made-for-TV movie, and all of them have Richard Chamberlain in it. And so it was, again, things that really stuck with us, seeing them as children. So we've been hunting for this one for a long, long time, and we were thrilled when we finally found the Count of Monte Cristo with Richard Chamberlain. And we thought, we're never going to be able to find the Man in the Iron Mask, and lo and behold, finally. So we're like, spend the money because we may never have this opportunity again.
Right, and it was on sale, so it was a little less expensive, but it still was more than we usually pay for something like this. And we were both, yes, very, very happy to see that it does hold up. The production values are very good. The acting is excellent. In particular, Richard Chamberlain is excellent in a dual role.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, if you don't know the story, generally speaking, it takes place in France in the 1600s, I believe.
Yes.
During the reign of Louis XIV.
Right, the Sun King.
Right. And there's a man who resembles the king, and he's been sort of secreted away for years because of his resemblance to the king, and circumstances come about where he becomes aware, his presence becomes aware to the king's allies, and so they throw him in prison, and in order to hide his face, they put him in an iron mask. And this is actually based on a true story. There was an actual man held in the Bastille in an iron mask. And not all the time. I read at one point that he also sometimes would be a cloth mask, but his visage was always obscured. And to this day, nobody knows who he was.
Yeah,
horrible. Or why he was there.
Right.
And why his face was hidden.
Yes.
So Alexander Dumas took that true story and ran with it and created this fictional story of intrigue, which again it's a very compelling story about a man who is wronged.
Yes.
Horribly wrong.
And that's the whole, he's, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Who is doing this to me? What have I done?
Right.
He has nobody will tell him. Nobody will tell me. He's like, what's my crime? So it's really, really chilling to think that this was done to somebody, and we still have no idea who it was. But I want to throw in there too that if you have never read any of Alexander Dumas' books, please read them. They are wonderful. If you like the movies, you will love the books. So I want to put that plug in. But you're absolutely right. It's horrible to think what was done to this poor man.
But they do a great job of portraying the story. And again, Richard Chamberlain is excellent. playing both characters that he plays, and the supporting cast is really good. Louis Jourdan is the guy.
Oh, that's his name.
Louis Jourdan
Yes.
is, and he plays D'Artagnan
Yes.
in this story, which was, of course, one of Richard Chamberlain's buddies in Three Musketeers. Richard Chamberlain was Aramis.
I think so. D'Artagnan was Michael York.
Michael York.
Yeah.
Right, was D'Artagnan. But
And then it was Oliver Reed, and I forget the other guy's name.
right, in this story, it's Louis Jourdan is D'Artagnan, an older version of D'Artagnan. And so, yeah, it's a really excellent movie. So if you have a chance and you're willing to put out the coinage for it, we highly recommend you do so because you won't be disappointed.
And if you like it, check out Richard Chamberlain's The Count of Monte Cristo, which is hard to find as well, and The Three Musketeers and The Four Musketeers, starring Richard Chamberlain, Oliver Reed, Michael York, Raquel Welch.
Yeah, we should do a video on those.
Yeah, because those are
great movies.
awesome.
And there's an interesting backstory on behind the scenes.
Yes.
That still has ramifications for today on that particular production. So
Yes.
we'll talk about that. So, okay, that's it for The Man in the Iron Mask. We recommend it highly. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.